Well, what is up, you guys? My name is Cameron. Welcome back to the channel. And in this video, we're going to be doing something that I have not done in quite a while. Basically, what this channel is founded on and something that you guys seem to always love to watch, which is wade fishing. And not just any type of wade fishing, but wintertime wade fishing for speckled trout, and hopefully a big giant speckled trout at that. Before we get into it, I am going to rewind about 2 hours to show you guys how I ended up at this beautiful piece of shoreline here on the upper Texas coast. And I'll see y'all right back here in just a minute to hopefully hook into some big old fish. Super low tide. This is usually all covered with water. So we're at least a foot below normal low tide. This tide is so low today that I don't even think I'm going to be able to run to the spot that I want to get to. I think it's going to be a lot of push pulling, paddling, and getting out and dragging the skiff just to get back in there. But I know once I get back in there, it should be worth it. Just as I suspected, I'm having to drag the skiff over this flat. Usually I'd be able to run straight over it, but it's not even close today. It's only a couple inches deep. That's bottom. Well, there's a really deep hole right here that I'm going to be fishing. But as y'all can see, it's a real shallow flat, basically all the way around it. So I'm hoping those fish are going to be hiding down in that hole because it does have a real muddy bottom and that mud holds heat. So hopefully they're down in there trying to stay warm. I'm just going to park the skiff up on the shoreline right here, and I'm going to wade down that shoreline, and the hole is just all out here running parallel to that shoreline. So to start off, I'm going to be throwing the Coastal Brew 6-inch dart, and this is in the Perpetrator color. So it has that nice silver belly on it with some good flash, and then a darker purple back. And I have this paired with a Salty Head 1/8 ounce jig head. And as y'all can tell, this is a pretty decent sized lure right here. And I'm hoping that if there's a big old trout down in this hole, that he's going to slurp this thing up. So for those of you that are interested, I'll go over the conditions real quick. It is currently about 60 or 61 degrees. We're like 4 or 5 days post cold front, but it's been pretty chilly all week. It's been low 50s, and that water temperature has just dropped drastically. And as y'all can tell, it is very overcast today. It's still overcast, and there is little to no wind. It's blowing about 5 miles an hour out of the northeast. As for the tides, y'all saw it is very low tide. I came out here at pretty much dead low on purpose because it is currently like 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and that tide should be switching just about right now, and it should start coming back in. And as it comes in, I'm hoping that'll get that bite to fire off. It is right around the full moon, and usually when you're near a full moon, the afternoon bite is always better. So everything's lining up for this to be a great afternoon. So now I just have to hope and fingers crossed the fish are in here and doing what they should be doing. Well, it has been about an hour, and I don't know if y'all can see that little blue dot over there, but that is my skiff, and I've worked my way all the way down that shoreline and all the way around out onto this sandbar where I am right now, and I've not gotten a bite. Now, I don't think that is because the fish are not in here or because they don't like the lure, but I think it's because that tide just has not switched yet and the bite has just not turned on. Switching over to the shrimp here. Although I do love this Coastal Brew lure right here. I took these out a couple weeks ago, and that's a video that y'all haven't seen yet, but I caught quite a few redfish and nice trout on them, and I just fell in love with it. So it's one of my new confidence lures for sure. But this is just the 3.25 voodoo shrimp, not the weedless one. Went to Academy trying to find the weedless shrimp, and they were sold out. So this is what I'm stuck with. The weedless and this one pretty much work the same, but I found that the weedless one does appear to sink quite a bit slower, which I really like. Let's see if we can pull at least a sand trout or something out of this hole. First fish of the day. Nice little speckled trout right there. Definitely a little small, but it's good to know that they're in here. And man, even sitting over this mud, that guy is cold. Check that out. See if we can show him off to y'all before he goes crazy. Just a little like 12-inch trout, maybe 13 inches, nothing crazy. Beautiful guy though, send him back. See if there's a couple more over here. Maybe there's a little school. You know, typically when you're fishing for trout, you're gonna find schools of them. And usually the size that you catch is gonna be what every fish in that school is. But occasionally you will catch a nice trout in a small school. Like the other day, I was catching a bunch of, like just like that, like, you know, 12 to 14 inch trout. And then all of a sudden I pulled out a nice 18 incher and then another like 16 incher. So I do think it's worth it to fish these schools. Although I don't like to fish them for a long time, because if you're just catching, you know, 100 dinks, you're just ripping up their mouth and tearing them up, and it's probably not the best thing for the population. Well, nothing else besides that one little trout on the other end of this hole. Let's go ahead and move on to another spot. Well, that wind has picked up and I'm back to dragging the skiff again. I ran aground on my way to the next spot, and I had to go through this big area of open water, and got pretty wet, and it is cold now. But I'm just pulling up to the next wait spot. I'm gonna anchor the skiff up, and I'm gonna start wading down another deep hole. This one way deeper than the last one, and a way quicker drop off on the edge. And there's some oyster down in this corner, so I'm hoping those fish will be gathered in there. But we're gonna find out. Thank y'all so much for sticking with it and staying tuned. If you're enjoying this wade fishing video so far, leave a comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's see if we can catch a fish here. So here's what it looks like where I'm fishing. I'm not sure if y'all can see the screen very well, but you can tell I'm up on this shallow spot, and then it just drops off into this deep hole. There's the oyster over here, and I'm right on the edge of that drop off. I'm just gonna work it real slow because this is quite a bit deeper than the last one. And we'll see if there's anything. There was a bite right there. It's a trout. No, is that what is that? It's a flounder. Huh. Okay. Well, there's something in here. Check that out. A little flatfish. It's trying to rob me of my voodoo, bro. Let it go. Let's get a release. Not really what I'm looking for. Cool to know that they're still in here, even with how cold it's been lately. There's still some flounder around, so maybe we'll have a chance. We got 9 days until the season opens. But what I was saying is, hopefully there'll be some fish hanging out on this ledge right here where it drops off. I don't think there's really much structure in here at all. So this drop off, whoa, that's a nice fish. What is that? What is that? I think that's gonna be a big flounder. Oh my goodness. Look at that, back to back. That's a nice flounder right there. Solid like 17, 18 inch flounder. Not huge. No, it's definitely 18, maybe bigger. Come here. No fish grips today. Go figure. Nice flounder. Let's get a measurement. Shoot, that might be close to a 20, to be honest with y'all. From down there, man, that's 19 inches, that red. He's about 18, 19 inches. Beautiful flounder. The perfect size for stuffing. Nice, get a release. How cool, what a cool fish. One of my favorite fish for sure. And people love to say flounder don't fight hard. No, flounder do have a good fight to them. They have a unique fight. It's not like a redfish or a trout, but it's fun. They just feel real heavy and then they just come up shaking their heads. And that is just a real fun fight. Now back to what I was saying one more time. When there's no structure down in these holes like this, in my opinion at least, the drop-offs are the structure. So when you find these deep ledges or right where it drops off into the hole, those fish are looking for that too, to hang out there. And they're usually hanging out right at the bottom of it, waiting for bait to come over that ledge. It just got super dark out here. Well, besides that one nice flounder, I really have not gotten any other bites here. And unfortunately, I only have about an hour or just over an hour until it's gonna be dark. And I've got to be back at the ramp because the skiff does not have any lights on it. So I'm gonna start making my way back. I am gonna fish one more spot on the way, and hopefully we'll be able to get into a trout or a redfish. But then after that, I'm full throttle all the way back. I'm actually gonna just drift over this real quick because I'm running out of time. And all this is a little like 3-foot channel, maybe about 50-60 yards wide, and I've switched back to the Coastal Brew. This right here is actually the 5-inch dart, and this is in the hoochie coochie color. It looks real natural. See if we can pick some up on this real quick to end the day. Here we go, fish on. What is that, speckled trout or a sand trout? Sand trout. No, it's a little speck. Check that out. Boom. Look at that. These fish will eat some big old lures. Let's see if there's some more out there. Well, either the fish aren't here or the fish aren't biting. But either way, I'm out of time and I've got to get back. Whew. Well, there you have you guys. Made it back to the truck just in the nick of time. The sun has set. We got the skiff loaded up and I'm about to head on home. But before I do, I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed the video. It was definitely fun getting back out there and doing some wade fishing and actually catching some fish. Nothing crazy, but I did catch a couple dink trout as well as that nice flounder and another small one. So it's always fun just hooking into something. But with that being said, guys, once again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see y'all in the next one. But until then, peace.